What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great hump day, that today you're going to be getting up over the hump. We have a programming change today. I got pushed. I literally got pushed by Butch Davis on the Dan Saleo show. So we won't be doing that live stream today after all. So, we'll be back on it to next week and so on. So here's some interesting news, of course. Whenever anybody is out there that's have a contract dispute or is let go by a team, they're always linked to the Dallas Cowboys. They're always linked to us. Because, of course, the Cowboys, well, they just trade for everybody. They just sign everybody, don't they? So, right now, Matthew Jadon, and I'm probably mispronouncing his name because I'm a name butcher, word butcher, and the King's English butcher out there, and never get any of that stuff right. 31-year-old edge rusher who had 4 sacks last year, ended up being injured most of the season with a torn bicep. Which is, of course, now healed. New England is ready to move on from him. He's about 6'3", 270 pounds. Now, think about this for a second. The year before, I believe he had 12.5 sacks. And the year before that, I think he had 15.5 sacks. So we're talking about somebody who is a really good player. Again, just injured last year. Now, if you're talking about all-in type moves. I think I said in and move and combined the two of them together here. Must have been the earthquake rattled my brain a little bit. But if you talk about an all-in move, that would be a move that would be more all-in. Now, the reality is at 31 years of age, you're not looking at this to be a long-term situation. This would be more of a rental type of situation. Now, for me, New England, of course, is going to look for some compensation for him. They're not going to move him for a ham sandwich. Now, I'm going to put out there, I would be okay with giving up a number 2 pick for him. Now, people will say, that's probably high for a guy that's an aging veteran when you see what people are going for. But here's my thought process, okay? Second-round picks for the Dallas Cowboys, for whatever reason, just have not panned out very much. You can go back and say Sean Lee was a really good second-round pick for us. Sean Lee definitely was. You can look back and say DeMarcus Lawrence was a really good second-round pick for us. You can look and say Diggs was a really good second-round pick. But we're talking about over the course of the last 15 years, littered on the highway here are guys like Tristan Hill that we ended up drafting for, knowing that he had attitude problems with his college staff. You can put Boss Man Fat, aka the rapper, into that category. You can put Jalen Smith, who had one really good year, but literally was playing on one leg. You can go down the list, and I don't want to go in there right now with Sam Williams. Sam Williams, who we needed to step up this year, who got injured in training camp first week and is out for the season, which puts the need for us at edge rusher. You can put in there right now, Schoonmaker. Now, I still have hope for Schoonmaker, but Schoonmaker, he is always injured. He can't seem to get any traction because there's always some kind of nagging injury, be it the plantar fasciitis, be it ankle injury, be it whatever. We just have not had much success with the second-round picks. Now, hopefully, Marshawn Kneeland can be the one that can turn the frown upside down and end up being great. Maybe Sam Williams next year comes back from his ACL injury and ends up making a liar out of me. And maybe Schoonmaker has got all his injuries out early and now he's going to stay healthy and maybe become something. But this team in my mind, say what you will, I know everybody's ready to move on from Dak Prescott. Dak is still one of the best quarterbacks out there. Remember, San Francisco gave up 3 number ones to get him, and we keep hearing that, he's a project quarterback, okay? At some point, San Francisco thought they were getting a lights-out player when they gave up that kind of compensation. And we're now in year number 4 of that guy, and they're still waiting. And the highway, again, is littered. The highway's dirty. It's really dirty. When you think about all the guys that people said were better than Dak Prescott, from Kyler Murray to Deshaun Watson, the Josh Rosens, the Sam Darnolds, that guys that have become journeyman quarterback. None of these guys that they've been hyping up as the next great player to, be better than Dak Prescott have been anywhere sniffing MVP. Just saying. And with the Cowboys, when you look at them and you say, they may have reset their offensive line and is really good. And if you do go ahead and get CeeDee Lamb signed at some point, Micah Parsons literally said, don't worry about CD. He's going to be here ready to play for week 1. And Pretty Ricky has even put out there that they allegedly have negotiated $33.5 million, and now they're working on the language of the deal and the guaranteed money and so on, that he'll be in here. When you look at this team, and right now you say, you've got a Micah Parsons, you got yourself now a Mozzie Smith who's beginning to play better, you've got yourself a D-Law who is getting older and going to be leaving, that you got yourself an Eric Kendricks out there at linebacker, that we literally have linebackers, and you move Marquez Bell back to safety because he wasn't big enough to be a linebacker. Guy can tackle great as a safety, but not as a middle linebacker. You look at this and say, you have a good core group of players that can compete, that maybe a Matthew Jadon, or Jadon, okay, could help to take you over the top. Because the biggest problem for Micah Parsons is he's Batman. But Batman needs a Robin to help fight that crime. And you need to have more than just one guy that people fear. And so renting him for a number 2 pick would be music to my ears. And if the Cowboys finally do get CeeDee Lamb's contract done, okay, we're sitting at $29 million because his $17 million isn't counting right now because he's not on the roster. You get his deal done, it's going to cost you about $9 million. That still leaves you with about $20 million worth of space. And for nothing else, if the Cowboys were to make a move like that, that would erase a lot of the negativity and the venom that's going at Jerry Jones right now. Because then you would say, oh, wait a minute, they actually signed a premier player to help take him over the top. And a lot of that misgivings of, they're the most valuable franchise that literally is worth $500 million more this year than last year, it would actually get some hype for the team that is much, much needed. So, 2nd round pick, to me, that's a small price to pay for the benefits of what you may end up having. The fans would be happy. You would end up being able to say Micah Parsons can go anywhere on the defense because you do have a pass rusher that people have to respect besides him. It would take you a step closer for being able to compete ultimately further in the playoffs, something that they haven't done in forever. And it's not going to be a move that hamstrings you if you are looking to go ahead and just say, we're going to rebuild. At least that's my thoughts here as I'm riding down the road. And when I'm driving down the road, that's when I do my most thinking. It's kind of like that quiet time where, it's just me, one with the road and my thoughts. So tell me in the comments what you guys think about that idea. Would you give up a 2nd round pick to go ahead and get Matthew Jadon? I think it would be worthwhile.
Is he French?
I don't know. I'm making it French. It's kind of like when you say Target, okay?
Yeah.
Target as in Target, because that sounds exclusive. Target. Okay. All right, good people. I'll see you on the other end without Philly 500 and Dan Salio. Yeah, I think they're just chicken. Peace.